Hello builders, I'm Gavilan and I am also a builder. I've built a lot of things. The majority of them have been built and run on a computer. I've written a lot of software, a lot of infrastructure, web, mobile, a lot of that stuff. I have a theory today. Any problem, this is my theory, any problem that can be solved via software is now a trivial problem. Trivial. And so then I step back. I have this thought, this theory every morning right now. And so I step back with my coffee and I think, okay, if any problem that can be solved via software is a trivial problem, what problem do I want to solve today? And I look down on my wrist and I see a Timex watch. It tells the time, gives me the date. That's pretty much it. Heck of a battery life. I haven't had to charge it in the last 5 years. But it's no smartwatch. It doesn't really run that much software. And of course, I've had all the smartwatches, the Apple Watch, and one of the Android watches. I've had a Fitbit, and they all have the same problem. Battery's terrible, and it gets to the point where it's overload, like sensory overload. And you could turn off the notifications, but why do you have a smartwatch if you turn off all the notifications? And so I want my own smartwatch. I want a watch for me, by me, for me. Exactly what I want, which is really good battery life and data, some data, but only the data that I want when I want it. And so if software is trivial, well, that leaves hardware. But another thing that AI is really good at right now is research, specifically Perplexity. Not a sponsor currently. And so I asked Perplexity, if I want my own smartwatch, what is a good hardware starting point? And it gives me some options. The one I pick, because again, I want really good battery life and I don't want it to go buzz every 5 minutes. So I pick Watchy. Watchy is an open source project. It has an electronic ink display. Think really good battery life because it only drains battery when you're updating the display. Built off of the ESP32 platform, which the way I think about ESP32, it's an evolution of Arduino, but also it has built-in Bluetooth and built-in Wi-Fi. So those are two problems I don't need to solve. They're on the chip. And so that's what I go with. So it comes in the mail that morning. I open the box. I do the unboxing. I'm not gonna publish the software because that's not the point. Software's trivial now. What I want to do is just go over the tools that I used to solve the problem and kind of how I broke the problem down to be solvable. All right, so tools. In my mind, 3 decisions are in front of you when you want to create something software-wise with AI. What do you use to interact or interface with the AI? What does the AI use to interact or interface with the world around it? Think modify files, think web search, and then finally, what model or models do you want to use? I went with Claude Code. It's my preferred interface, as well as Claude Code for the model to interact with my files and with the web. And of course, it is April 28, 2026, so I went with Opus 4.7 for the model. Just because that's the best model that I'm aware of right now. All right, so tools selected. Let's get going. So what's my first prompt? Remember, I've got to break this problem down so that it's trivial to solve. So here's my first prompt. I have a Watchy. Write custom firmware to run on the Watchy that simply displays the time and nothing else. Also, write a script that when I execute the script, the firmware is installed on the watch and the watch is rebooted. Trivial. I'm 15 minutes in at this point, and I have custom firmware on a custom watch. Granted, it's not the firmware I want, it just displays the time. I want more than the time. All right, so next I go to friction. I want to remove as much friction as possible because I'm gonna iterate. I'm gonna iterate for the next 2 hours. So I wanna make the updating of the firmware as trivial, not trivial, I'm using that word too much. I want to make the updating of the firmware as frictionless as possible. Hey Claude, update the script to, instead of sending the firmware to the Watchy, package the firmware and send it to an S3 location I will provide. S3 is an object store on Amazon Web Services that I just am familiar with and made sense for me to be the staging ground. And I'll provide the credentials. And update the firmware so that when I hit the bottom right button, it checks that same S3 location for new firmware. And if it finds it, it flashes the watch wirelessly. You don't even have to plug it in. How cool is that? Pretty trivial to do, actually. And so now we're about an hour in. We have 2 more steps. Let's provide the data, and then the last step is let's just polish it. Let's make it exactly what we want. So how do we provide the data? Well, I mentioned the watch has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The problem with Wi-Fi is that requires me to be home, and I'm not home all the time. And I want this thing to just work all the time. And so I have to rely on Bluetooth and have my phone provide the data, which means I need an iPhone app because I have an iPhone. So, hey Claude, write an iPhone app that listens for the watch over Bluetooth. And when it finds it, send the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Now update the firmware, this time wirelessly, I'm not even having to plug it in. Update the firmware to broadcast on Bluetooth every 5 minutes and receive data from the phone and display it on the electronic ink display. Again, we've kind of framed the problem to be trivial. Now we're about an hour and a half in. We've got 30 minutes left. Everything's working. The phone is sending the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 to the watch. The watch is displaying them. It is trivial. It sounds trivial. It was designed to be trivial, but that means that we're able to send data from the phone to the watch. So now the final step is, what do I want on the watch? Temperature, conditions, the projected high and low temperature of the day, projected rain accumulation in inches, the temperature, or the battery percentage. On the left of the time, I want to know the last time that the watch synced with the phone so that I know how out of date this data is. When the sun rises and sets, the date, of course, where we are in the sunrise and set of the day, the phase of the moon, how many steps I have in today, because, I care about my health and I want to step a lot, I guess. And then the price of Ethereum and Bitcoin. Why? Why do I care about the price of Ethereum and Bitcoin? Because I'm Gavilan. It's my watch. That's what I want on my watch. And then finally this cryptic cross, which currently means nothing. I think I'm still having it cryptically display the last time the watch synced with the phone. But I can use that cross for anything in the future. Any data I care about, maybe message count, for example. But that's for another day. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, please. And the way I started this video is how I want to end it. If any problem that can be solved via software is now a trivial problem, What kind of problem do you want to solve? Put a message in the comments.